Once upon a time, there was a magnificent kingdom, filled in every corner with greenery, fragrance, and eternal spring. The prince of this kingdom, Arav, was very different from other princes. He neither loved hunting nor war. Instead, he was a true admirer of nature. He had immense love for plants and animals. He would go to the gardens to water the flowers, talk with the birds, and sit for hours under the shade of the trees. But in that kingdom lived a sorceress, who envied the prince's kindness and fame. One night, she came to the palace and said with a bitter smile, "Prince, since you love trees so much, now become one yourself and see how it feels." With that, she recited a magic spell, and suddenly the prince was transformed into a magnificent tree. Its branches touched the sky, and its leaves glittered like gold in the sunlight. The whole kingdom fell into sorrow. People would say that when the wind passed through the branches of that tree, one could hear the prince's voice filled with grief. Years went by, but no one knew how the curse would be broken. In the neighboring kingdom, there lived a princess named Anaya, a truly unique princess of her time. While other princesses delighted in jewels and dancing, Princess Anaya loved flowers, trees, and forests the most. She would spend hours in the garden, lose herself in the fragrance of roses, talk with the birds, and find peace in the cool shade. One day, Princess Anaya left the palace under the pretense of taking a stroll and wandered far away. She reached the dense forest of the neighboring kingdom. The sun was setting, and the voices of the birds were fading into silence. Suddenly, her eyes fell on a strange and unusual tree. It was unlike any other. Its bark shimmered with golden streaks, and from its leaves came a faint, whisper-like sound. As she stepped closer and touched a branch, she felt as though it had a heartbeat. She was startled. A mysterious shiver ran through her heart. It felt as if someone was trying to speak to her. Terrified, she quickly returned to the palace. But she could not sleep all night. Every time she closed her eyes, that tree came back to her mind, as if pulling her toward it. The next day, restless, she returned to the forest. This time, as she neared the tree, she felt whispers rising from its branches. The air was filled with a fragrance, as though roses and jasmines had bloomed together. She felt as if someone was calling her. "Anaya, don't be afraid. I am alone." Her heartbeat quickened. Sitting down at the roots of the tree, she closed her eyes and felt a strange peace, as though this place had been waiting for her for years. Back at the palace, Princess Anaya's behavior began to change. Her parents and courtiers noticed that she often seemed lost for hours. Many nights, she would quietly slip into the garden and begin speaking to some unseen voice. People whispered, "The princess is under a spell." The king and queen grew worried, but the struggle within the princess's heart was so deep that she could not reveal anything to anyone. She knew that if she spoke of this secret, they would try to stop her, and perhaps no one would even believe her. Yet her heart found no peace without the call of that tree. A few days later, when she went there for the third time, dark clouds loomed across the sky. The forest atmosphere was eerie and mysterious. Suddenly, from the bark of the tree, a deep voice emerged. "I am Prince Arav, imprisoned by a sorceress's curse. Only you can set me free." Princess Anaya trembled, her eyes filled with tears. But the girl within her, the one who had always loved flowers and trees, now felt the pain of this tree within her very soul. But the story did not end there. When Princess Anaya discovered the truth about Prince Arav, the sorceress came to know of it as well. She burst into a furious rage and cried out, "I imprisoned him after years of effort. No girl can ever break my magical curse." She cast another spell around the tree. An enchanted barrier of thorny fences, blazing flames like burning torches, and whispering shadows. Now only true love and sacrifice could break through it. Days passed, and the princess's condition worsened. Whenever she sat in the palace, the rustling of leaves echoed in her ears. The fragrance of flowers in her chamber reminded her of that tree. She could neither eat nor sleep. Life without that tree had become impossible. At last, one midnight, in deep sorrow, she ran to the forest. She embraced the tree's trunk and, weeping, cried out, "Arav, if you are truly alive, let my tears set you free." Her warm tears fell upon the bark, and suddenly thunder roared. The entire forest bathed in golden light. The tree trembled, and in a flash, a radiant prince appeared before her. The sorceress witnessed this, and her heart flared with jealousy and rage. But the law of magic was such that if true love broke her spell, her own sorcery would turn against her. All at once, her powers weakened. The light from her hands faded, and her terrifying form began to shatter. Wrapped in a cloud of smoke, she shrieked and sank into the earth. Prince Arav, freed after so many years of captivity, knelt before Princess Anaya and said, "Princess, with your love, you have given me back my life. Now my heart and my being will forever belong to you." And thus the curse was broken. From that day forward, people saw that Princess Anaya and Prince Arav not only became the rulers of the kingdom, but they also made the gardens and forests the most treasured wealth of their land.